Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Break&Dish podcast. My name is Chris.
My name is Nikimi. I'm your lovely co-host.
Ooh, you are beautiful. You
Thank
beautiful
you.
too. That girl fine. Listen, we finally gotten this podcast up. But just a quick question. What made you want to do this?
We have such amazing daily conversations, and I think that a lot of the concepts that we talk through are not only entertaining but enlightening. I glean so much from our conversations, and I laugh so much from our conversations. So, this podcast is going to be centered around the everyday conversations that we have on topics from politics to church.
Yeah. Sports. We talk about everything. She used to play basketball, y'all. She say she did. We gonna see.
And did.
Yeah. Finances.
We're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about the ones we like, the ones we don't like.
I like all my family. They ain't watching.
We're going to be honest.
Okay, yeah, we are going to be honest. This is going to be a very good time. We are excited to finally get this out. What we need for you to do is to make sure that you hit that subscribe button, that you hit that like button. You go out to all of our social media platforms. I think we're on Instagram, Facebook. We're on YouTube. Obviously, if you're watching us here,
we're even gonna be tweeting a little bit.
I don't know. Elon just bought Twitter, so we're gonna find out, see how much we can get out there. But anyway, make sure you go out and you hit that subscribe, hit those like buttons, and come on back and join us. But we're excited. You want to kick us off with something tonight? What are we gonna talk about tonight?
Let's talk about.
There's got to be something that got a little grease in it. It's gonna have to have a little grease in it, because so that they know what to expect when they come back. Ooh, that was country. I sound like T.I. What to expect when you come back.
What to expect when you come back.
Expect when you come back.
About relationship.
That's kind of heavy for the first night. Good Lord, that's for the first time. All right, what about relationship? All right, so here's the concept for those of you that don't understand, and some of you may be wondering, why y'all call it Break&Dish? So basically what we do is we take topics, and depending on the topic of the night, or the few topics that we may have, we're going to break them down. So we're going to break the topic, and then we're going to dish to give you our perspective on it. You with me? You got it?
With you. So, with that being said, let me switch it up then. We ain't going to hit them so heavy on the first time.
All right, okay.
Let's talk about these people in red jackets and hats that showed up at the door.
Man, listen.
Advocating for us to elect someone who was against CRT and who was a person of faith and who was credible because they were a person of faith.
Oh my God.
And the people that knocked at the door look like our grandparents.
Oh, so listen, that's a lot. You got a lot. You put a lot in there. There's a lot to break, but we definitely gonna dish on this. Mm-hmm. One of the things as people that look like you and I, we can't negate the fact that we've been affected and still are being affected by race. It's something that, before you open your mouth to say any word, before anybody knows what any of your credentials are, where you went to school, how much money you have, the first thing they know about you, other than them big, beautiful eyes of yours, is that you black.
Exactly.
And, it's sad that sometimes, the reality is we live in a society where people want us to ignore that for whatever reason.
I was totally caught off guard today. And not by the fact that this African-American couple had a particular party affiliation. It was the emphasis in her words and tone of, we need you to come out and support and vote for someone that's going to get rid of this CRT nonsense that they're trying to put into our schools. And this is coming from a woman who absolutely beautiful, but probably late 60s, early 70s. So who is of age enough to have experienced some of these, looking for a nice word, some of these disadvantages that Black people have transitioned throughout the years. And she was in a world of her own, is all I could say. A world of her own. And I, as a black woman standing there, was speechless. My mouth was literally open, and I was,
Yeah.
and I'm usually a fast thinker on my feet. And I had to go, Chris, look what these people just left. And this is what this lady just said. But it was sad and disheartening. It almost feels like the topic of discussing our racial lineage and heritage and the things that we've come through throughout the years is taboo, that we're not supposed to have a story. But I am insistent that I'm going to color the lines of my own story, and I'm going to write it, and no one's going to tell me what pieces that I have to erase from it in order to make them feel comfortable.
It was very disheartening, the fact that, someone that looks like us used that as a talking point. Like, at the end of the day, like, it just seemed she was just so oblivious to what those realities are. And not that she is, because we don't know this lady from a can of paint, but the fact that it was in support of someone else, she used a talking point that was a demeaning talking point for people that look like her.
And then she put a stamp of approval on it by sealing it with faith in church.
Man.
She's a woman of faith and she's a pastor.
Listen.
That has nothing to do with the issues that we're talking about. And credentialing and credibility has nothing to do with faith and what you believe. Because a lot of things that people believe, it's not wrong to them. Mm-hmm. You telling me that this woman who is a candidate is not a supporter of CRT, and you being an African-American woman, whether you believe in it or not, that's not your first talking point. And then to bring this person up and then to say, as if I'm supposed to swallow it whole because Master gave a stamp of approval that Jesus said this is right. She follows Jesus. She's a woman of faith. So everything she says and does has to be right. That just totally threw me off guard. I think that church and politics, there's not really a true way to separate them. Because a lot of what I vote and what I believe is based on my faith, is based on my religious beliefs. So I don't think you can truly separate them. And I have one more piece of advice. Okay. If that was your grandmother that was at my door, tell her that 1962 Rougemont Red Maybelline lipstick or whatever it was,
like that. Don't do me,
it was working against her. She was absolutely beautiful, but I know she was trying to coordinate the outfit. It was not.
She was nervous. Don't do Miss Earlene like that. I don't know if that was a lady name or not. If you are Miss Earlene and you listening to me, the door. We apologize. You just caught me off guard.
Why are you apologizing? She knocked on your door.
She did, but I thought about it, and my conviction point after the fact was, what if, to your point, what if that was my grandmother? What if that was, I would have at least, wanted to respond differently. I responded like very hostile.
It wasn't.
I felt like it was hostile.
You said, how did y'all get out here? This is no solicitation. That was your response.
How did you get here? That's what I wanted to know. Nobody's supposed to be.
That's a reasonable question when someone rings your doorbell, but I understand that want to make sure we respect our elders. And I wasn't ugly to her when she answered the door. I just literally nodded and just kind of looked.
Did she say CRT or did she say CTR?
She said CRT.
Because Herschel Walker said CTR. He thought he was saying CPR. Bless these people, man. They're coming up with points. They don't even know where they're going with it. But anyway, we have to, as she mentioned, we have to be careful of the bait and switch. People that want to use talking points that get us riled up. So whatever it is that you put your name behind, and that is your vote, whatever it is that you vote for, just make sure you're informed about it and that it aligns with your convictions, it aligns with, the things that you want to see done. And more importantly, and then we'll finish this part off with this, whomever it is that you vote for, please ensure that you hold them accountable to the things that they said they're going to do. Too many times we vote and we leave it up to them and that's it. And we find ourselves months, years later, still frustrated because the things that were promised, the things that they said they would do, still aren't done. So, just my. Oh, and get involved.
Absolutely.
Get involved. Absolutely. It's more than just a vote. Get involved. Yes. Your local government. Go to some of these planning meetings. I don't know if y'all been watching. Man, okay, so here's a different break.
Let's go.
Here's a break. There is a city councilman, and I forget his name right now, but this is up in Flint, Michigan. He talks like this, his voice real deep, and he up there causing them people all kind of
havoc.
He wreaking havoc up there. Yeah. I love this man. I think his name is Mr. Mays, Eric Mays, I think.
What do you love about him? Be clear.
And I'll be clear. What I love about Mr. Mays, if that's his name, but what I love about him is he knows regulations. He knows bylaws. He knows the bylaws. He knows the rules, and he knows how to not only function within those rules, but he knows how to hold other people accountable according to those rules. So I think, every city needs an Eric Mays somewhere.
To your point, like him or dislike him, it's always important that we know the rules of the game. It's not going to do me any good to be going by chess rules and you playing checkers. Ooh. We got to know. That's going to be another topic. But yeah. Y'all, thank you for joining us. We look forward to many more episodes. We got this is just a teaser. We got to cut it off. We got to say something.
You'll be a little tease, girl. Don't be no tease, girl. You'll be a little tease. All right, but listen, she's right. Thank y'all for joining in. We had a great time.
Absolutely.
Next week's topic, just be listening out for it and watching out for it. We'll push it out. And also, when you subscribe and you like, put some comments in. Let us know how you like the first episode, and if you have any comments that you like, some shows that you'd like for us to talk about. All right. Thanks again.
Much love. We out.
Baby, can you listen, baby?